Trump's Asia reality show has finally wrapped. 3 countries, 3 press conferences, and one man proving that global diplomacy is just business with subtitles. From Kuala Lumpur to Tokyo to Busan, he called it the greatest trade comeback of all time. From durian in Malaysia to ramen in Japan to kimchi in Korea, every cuisine looked like a deal, with a tariff. The rest of the world just watched and wondered, is he fixing the global economy or just charging appearance fees plus service charge? Because with Trump, every handshake comes with an invoice, and every peace deal comes à la carte, tariffs always included. The tour kicked off in Malaysia, where Trump proudly took credit for brokering peace between Thailand and Cambodia, a conflict most Americans didn't even know existed. He signed papers, waved pens, and declared, "I just ended a war nobody even knew existed." Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim smiled politely, like a man who just realized his guest might send him an invoice for peace, or tariff Durians next. Then came the trade show. Trump unveiled shiny new deals with Malaysia and Cambodia, turning diplomacy into a live product launch. Malaysia pledged about $150 billion in tech and rare earth projects with the US. So big it makes durian look like a snack. Cambodia agreed to open its market, with selective 0% tariffs for US goods. So yes, the tariff bar's still there. It just has VIP access now. Behind the scenes, aides whispered that Trump privately offered a 0% tariff to any country willing to stop inviting Xi to dinner. As he boarded his plane, he grinned at reporters and said, "See? Peace through tariffs. Works every time." Next stop, Tokyo. The red carpet, the bowing ceremony, and of course, the handshake so firm it made headlines. Japan's new Prime Minister, Sanae Takaichi, presented Trump with 2 gifts, a model tank and a scroll labeled Constitution, version 2.0. Trump unrolled it upside down and said, "I love it." Very pro-America. Behind the laughter, serious deals were struck. Japan promised a rare earth alliance with the US, expanding mining and refining projects to outcompete China. Trump promised cooperation and a free ticket to his next campaign rally. He praised Japan's technology, saying, "Nobody makes magnets like you. Truly tremendous magnets." Then, turning to Prime Minister Takaichi, he added, "Any favors you need, anything I can do to help Japan, we will be there." At the summit, he described Japan as an ally at the strongest level. Xi, watching from Beijing, reportedly asked, "Why is every US ally suddenly in the mining business?" For Tokyo, the visit meant 2 things: more defense coordination and more Chinese headaches. Finally, Busan, South Korea, the main event. The world tuned in expecting fireworks. 2 superpowers, 1 table, and a front-row seat to history. Or maybe a diplomatic boxing match. As the cameras rolled, Trump strode in with his trademark grin. He patted Xi on the shoulder like an old golf buddy, while Xi barely blinked, his face pure poker, as if nothing on earth, not even tariffs, could move him. The audience waited for a scene. Instead, they got a handshake and 2 men pretending the last 5 years never happened. After 100 minutes behind closed doors, Trump emerged, declaring, "We made tremendous progress. 12 out of 10 meetings. The headlines wrote themselves. The US slashed tariffs on Chinese imports from 57% to 47%. China agreed to pause rare earth export bans for 1 year, buy more US soybeans, and crack down on fentanyl chemicals." When reporters asked about Taiwan, Trump replied bluntly, "Taiwan never came up." Analysts called it a temporary thaw. Trump called it a total victory. Xi called it nothing. And that silence said it all. China got breathing space, not breakthroughs. It postponed a resource ban, accepted new trade conditions, and made real promises. while Washington walked away with tariff relief, soybean sales, and the global spotlight. So who won? Not China. This was a deal of convenience. A one-year truce that buys time for everyone, but momentum for the USA. Piece of paperwork, not power. Or as Trump might say, a great deal, renewable annually. While Trump was busy smiling in Asia, back home the US Senate staged a mini rebellion. 51 senators voted to block Trump's global reciprocal tariffs, saying they hurt American consumers. But the House of Representatives immediately froze the measure until 2026. So the tariff stayed, the prices stayed, and the senators got headlines instead of results. In past cast language, Congress tried to unplug the tariff machine, but the cable runs straight to Trump Tower. The bill's failure means Trump's tariff empire still stands, legal challenges or not, and every country still pays the cover charge to sell in the American market. And while Washington kept arguing over tariffs, Asia was already adjusting to them. So what did the Grand Asia Tour really achieve? Malaysia got peace, or at least peace with a price tag. Japan got magnets, tanks, and a promise of tech independence. Korea got a one-year truce between two egos too big for the room. Analysts in Asia called it a strategic reset. The US flexes with tariffs, China buys time with diplomacy, and smaller nations quietly pray not to get flattened in between. Now the world waits for the sequel. Will Xi deliver the soybeans? Will Japan outmine China? Will Malaysia's peace deal survive the next tariff tantrum? And will the Senate ever find the off switch? No one knows.
Thank you for watching Pastcast, where the past echoes through today. If you enjoyed the satire, scrolls, and scandals, like, subscribe, and ring the bell before the next empire falls.